Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Excadrill, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Heatran. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation on what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of the video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Heatran. Now, Heatran is just one of those Pokemon for me where it's just that I don't like it, but I like it at the same time. It's just that I like what it does in battle, but at the same time I don't like it. It's just one of those Pokemon where you look at it and you're like, I do not like it, but don't know why, and that's Heatran for me. But nonetheless, that's not going to stop Game Freak from making a Mega Heatran later down the line if he decides to do so. I mean, because we are most likely going to be getting a 4th gen remake sometime in the near future, considering that 4th gen hasn't had a remake yet. I mean, you really can't count Platinum of having a remake, considering that that is a after story, I would guess. I can't remember what the word term I can't think of the term that suits that best, but nonetheless, like I said, it's not going to stop Game Freak for giving us a Mega Heatran. So as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything because I did think everything did need to get increased. So let's just get right into it. Now, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 90 to base 110. Now honestly, when I first saw Heatran, I actually thought its physical attack was going to be way lower. I mean, I knew like it's a special attacker because everyone uses this thing in VGC, but I quickly glanced at its stats when I was making one for a VGC team I'm currently working on right now, and I was actually surprised its physical attack was at base 90 just as a regular Heatran. So I decided to just give it 20 points into its physical attack. That way you can run like Rock Slide and Earthquake, and just coverage moves you can run as a physical type variant for a Heatran if you do decide to go that route. So it's just pretty much for coverage. I mean, it's not likely that you're going to be running a physical variant of a Heatran, but nonetheless, if you come across, like, for instance, a Goodra, for example, which is a special wall, and you're a special attacker, you'll have other coverage moves that are physical that can work with Heatran, like Rock Slide and Earthquake. I believe it gets Earthquake. Don't hold me against that, but like, I know this thing does get access to Rock Slide, so you can run Rock Slide as a coverage move to pretty much just flinch out your opponent if, like, for instance, they use Goodra or something like that. So that's why I increased it to base 110. Now, for its special attack, I increased it from base 130 to base 145. Now, obviously, it's a special attacker. I mean, you pretty much see Heatran is pretty much like a staple Pokemon in VGC 2015 because it's so good for what it is, and I think part of the reason is pretty much just because it gets access to Heat Wave, and that's part of the reason why I see Heatrans a lot. I mean, I'm working with a Heatran on my team as well, but I'm trying to fix its EV spreads and stuff right now because so far it just keeps getting like demolished, or everyone seems to just keep attacking it. I mean, granted, I know that Heatran can be a problem on your team, but nonetheless, I didn't want to give it a huge increase into its special attack, knowing that it is already a special attacker at base 130, just as a regular Heatran. But at base 145, it's still just a little bit of an increase into its special attack. It'll be doing a little bit more like power than you would have just at being base 130, and plus you'll be having moves like Earth Power, Heat Wave, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and also Flash Cannon. And Fire and Steel moves are pretty much stab for Heatran, so you will be doing a little bit more damage when you have a base 145 special attack. Now, for its defenses, I increased them both from base 106 to base 121. Now, honestly, like I said, for its physical attack, I thought its physical attack was a little bit lower. Same thing for its special defense and physical defense. I thought they were lower, like around base 80, close to like base 90, but nonetheless, they were at base 106, and that kind of like surprised me a little bit, considering that I am working with a Heatran and I'm pretty much not paying attention to its base stats, considering that I really never used a Heatran before. So I'm kind of getting one off of like either help from like a Facebook group that I'm in, or from Smogon, or just kind of like working with both of them and just pretty much combining the EV spreads and stuff like that. So like I said, it was kind of surprising that Heatran's defenses were both at base 106, but I increased them to base 121. That way it'll be a little bit more bulkier, because fire and steel is a very unique typing for Heatran, and it's gonna get bobbed by like earth power and earthquake, so a little bit more defensive like bulk to it will help it out in the long run. Because I don't know if you like run max HP and sometimes maybe like max defense or max special defense, if there's a set like that, but with base 121 in both of its defenses, you can run a set like that. Now for its speed, I increased it from base 77 to base 112. Now I actually want to give it a significant increase into its speed, just because I actually see and come across a lot of just choice scarf Heatran, so I want to give it a good increase into its speed as well, so then that way you really don't have to run a choice scarf Heatran, so then it'll actually have some natural speed investment into it when it mega evolves. So that's pretty much why I have it at base 112, just so then it has some natural speed investment or bulk to it, whatever one you want to call it. But anyways, there's its stats. Now as a regular Heatran, it's based as a base 600, and with a mega evolution it will be at base 700. Now that is considered a pseudo legend, because all base stats above 600 are considered pseudo legends and or legendaries. Now for its ability, I gave it Furnace. Now I can't remember off the top of my head if I gave a Pokemon that I've done for a Mega Evolution 4 the ability Furnace. Now if I did, then think of another ability that kind of describes what I'm about to say, but I gave it a new ability called Furnace, which is kind of like Flash Fire, but instead Furnace will increase your fire type moves and your steel type moves every time you get hit with either a fire type move or a steel type move. So for instance, kind of like Flash Fire, if I hit Heatran with like Heat Wave for an example, its special attack will get increased by 1, and same thing for steel type moves. If I get hit with like an Iron Head or something like that on a Mega Heatran, it'll increase its special attack by 1. So all in all, that's part of the reason why I didn't give it like a significant increase into its special attack, knowing that if you do predict your opponent like very, very well, you can always switch out into like a Heat Wave or like a Flash Cannon. If you do have like Sylveon or just a Fairy type or Rock type in general in that slot, you could just switch out into Mega Heatran and get a +1 in special attack just like that. So that's the ability I decided to give it. Now for its typing, I left it alone as Fire Steel, considering that is a unique typing. I mean, I think it's a unique typing. I don't remember seeing or having another Fire type or Fire Steel type Pokemon. So nonetheless, I left it alone as Fire Steel just because it's just a very, very good typing for Heatran. So anyways, there is Mega Heatran. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Start sharing my Y Mega Evolve videos with your friends. Tell them to check them out, because I've seen a lot of people who really enjoy my Mega Raichu video. It has almost 20k views, and that's just insane. So like I said, just share with your friends. But anyways, the next Pokemon we're going to be talking about, I believe it's on Tuesday. I'm bulk recording, so it's kind of like I'm kind of getting the days mixed up, but either on Tuesday or Thursday I'm going to be uploading, or I'm going to be doing Mega Dragonite. Yes, we're finally going to be talking about Mega Dragonite, just because it's the only pseudo legend basically that I haven't talked about yet, and I'm kind of surprised I didn't talk about it, just because it's the OG pseudo legend. So for the next Y Mega Evolve video, like I said, we're going to be talking about Mega Heatran. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.